What's up, fight fans? I'm J.COTTO. Welcome to J.COTTO's Fight Page. Today I will be bringing you my review on the HBO program called Face Off. Now, this program, for you guys that don't know, is a program where both of the fighters meet across each other with a moderator or a mediator, which is Max Kellerman. And the two fighters face each other and are asked questions by Max Kellerman about their upcoming fights. Now, this face-off review will be consisting of Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Now, Canelo says Chavez hasn't fought anyone, and Chavez says the same. These guys went back and forth, just basically pointing the finger. Now, you're going to hear me saying this a lot, as both men did point the finger at each other. Now, they also, both men also said that neither of them had represented their country. And as you know, some over-the-top fight fans are going to say, oh, Canelo's Mexico all the way, and even Chavez Jr. fight fans are going to say, crazed fight fans, should I say, fanboys are going to say the same thing. But they're also going to just leave out the fact, of course they're going to omit the fact that the number one thing as to you representing your country within whatever you do, even if it's within a sport and you're competing, is to basically keep it in that lane. And none of these men have done it, as they have fucking shown us that it's all self-driven, it's all self-centered actions. Like, you have Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., who told his son in front of the media that he should just stop boxing and look for something else because he's just not disciplined or dedicated, right? And then we had Canelo doing the most despicable things, plural, not just one, guys, within the sport of boxing, to shame himself as well. Now, Canelo said that his weight class and catch weights are a sacrifice that his opponents have to make. Now, this right there is just one piece that should tell you exactly where Canelo's head is. And it's not in a good place, especially for his opponents, where he feels that his opponents have to make the sacrifice in order to fight him. I can understand all this A-side bullshit, but really though, man, there are a lot of things that the arrogance, the ignorance, the disrespecting of the sport, as well as the opponent himself and the safety of the opponent. It's ridiculous. Then Canelo said he will always be the A-side, and says his demands aren't touched by criticism. Now, that's a bunch of bullshit, because as I was stating just a couple of seconds ago, that his weight class and his catch weights, you know what I'm saying, are not healthy. And of course they're being criticized by us fight fans. The criticism is there. The criticism is putting dents in you. This is why you're just trying to omit shit the way you're doing it now. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, man, Canelo Alvarez is a fucking jerk off. He's a fucking scumbag. I don't care if you're subscribed. I've gotten rid of a lot of fucking Canelo fanboys. The Canelo fans, you guys that respect the sport and know that you're fighting and tell the truth and know that you're fighting, you're cool with me if you follow Canelo. But you fucking fanboys, the ones that I've fucking cooked and thrown off the page, and somehow they make new fucking accounts to come back. Well, if you are listening and you are one of those, unsubscribe again, because you're not going to like what the fuck I'm going to say. But Canelo's a fucking asshole. He's trying to justify every fucking wrong move that he's making. And he's just omitting and just trying to really just, oh, well, whatever. Right? So, Canelo also said that he walks around, right? Remember that? When he said that he walked around at a weight of 178 to 180 pounds? But then said now in this face-off program that he wouldn't have made 168 pounds. So that's why it's at 164.5. Yeah, let that marinate for a second or two. You see what I'm saying, fight fans? You see what I'm saying? The dude said a while back, a couple of months ago, oh yeah, I walk around 170 or 180. I'll fight whoever I want. Right? But then said that he wouldn't have made 168 solid for this fight. So there's got to be some type of, like I said, all these fucking prize fighting bitches are all about stipulations. Right? So now Chavez Jr. said he doesn't fight. And he gave up a belt, which is a fact. And Canelo said that he ain't listening to any organization. So that means that the WBC has been kissing this guy's ass. The WBC has been taking favors and doing favors for Canelo and De La Hoya, right? And on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, Suleiman happens to be the godfather of Chavez Jr. Okay, well, like I was saying, Canelo Alvarez thinking that he's just the prize fighter from Vegas was. Notice, he's always brought up into this because this has started from his model. This A-side bullshit. Right? So, Canelo said that he's not listening to any sanctioning body, any organization. And the WBC continues to do all these fucking things for these fighters who don't even appreciate them. Look what's happening now. So you mean to tell me that Canelo is bigger than the sport? So if he says, fuck you WBO, fuck you IBF, fuck you whoever, whatever sanctioning body or whatever belt he's holding, fuck you, I'm not fighting under your rules, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. They actually going to continue to let this man box because he's not following the rules of boxing, which is going to lead to someone's death or permanent injury, and then he won't face incrimination though? I mean, come on, what the fuck are you doing? Right? So Chavez was very honest about himself and about Canelo. Now Canelo says, I fought the best. But Chavez told him, but they were all small, you know? And to me, Canelo just had excuses for all his racket that he calls boxing. All of the racket that him and De La Hoya are bringing us, and the shit that we see, and we're like, are you fucking kidding me? As to the other fucking pricks, oh yeah, he's the best, this is a great fight, oh my god, right? This is what he calls boxing. Then Canelo says, they also criticized Chavez Sr. But what he doesn't seem to understand is that Chavez Sr. was criticized in a lesser form. Meaning, it was fucking fanboys like you guys that are listening, if you happen to be listening, because you guys have agendas. You fucking fanboys are the ones that were the lesser criticisms. Oh, he fought cab drivers. Oh, he wasn't nobody. But yet, he was 89-0 at one time in his career. The man was taking even big names down. I mean, come on, man. You know, you feel what I'm saying? Now, both men pointed fingers at their faults. But both men were wrong in their careers. And like I said, this fight is bullshit. Neither of these men should represent boxing or Mexico or this whole agenda, because this whole face-off program proves my point exactly. These men are not fighting for no goddamn pride in Mexico. And my Mexican brothers and sisters, you should feel very disrespected. Okay? Both never took the responsibility to carry the Mexican flag on their back with dignity, without any type of fuckery that was going to tag them to their country as to we don't fuck around, and then you give up a belt and then lie and say you couldn't make 168 pounds or 160 pounds, which is only 5 pounds, but you could make 164 pounds. This face-off program shows the shenanigans, the contradictions, and the agenda of these both men. Now, Canelo's game, okay, his whole argument, his whole career is names on the resume, not competitiveness within his fights. Take a look at that program. That's all he talks about. Oh, but I got names. He says in Spanish, pero yo tengo nombre. I have names on my resume. But they were all small. Most of them practically finished. You did not fight a fucking full-fledged Sugar Shea Moses. I mean, it just goes on and on. As the Chavez Jr. was just a pot-smoking, you know what I'm saying, whiskey-drinking dude at a time, pudgy, thinking that his father's genetics was going to set in like if it was some mutant gene and shit. I mean, these guys are all fucked up here. And I happen to respect Mexico and their Mexican pride and fighting and fighters and stuff, and to have this going on, and then to claim that this is for the, and then for Oscar De La Hoya, who was really like, first of all, Oscar De La Hoya shouldn't even be talking about Mexico, regardless it's part of his culture or whatever, because Mexico didn't accept him when he was fighting as a Mexican fighter. So what the fuck? Who gives him the right? Like, really? Yeah, oh man. Anyway, both men are taking this personal, but on their own personal level. Canelo is all about money. Even went and bet Chavez's purse on an 8th round knockout. Chavez Jr. had said that I will knock you out within the 8th round. And before the show closed out, Canelo was like, so yo, you still want to bet that? You know what I'm saying? He's all about money, man. And only those that don't respect themselves before they respect money, those that don't respect people before they respect money. I mean, this is the only time, it's the only way you can actually agree with shit like this. These guys aren't fighting for Mexico. They're fighting for their own pride. And Oscar and Canelo are trying to erase the legend of Chavez Sr. with this bullshit fight. And the real pressure is on Chavez Jr. now. And this is why I didn't really want to have any interest in this fight. Because of the disrespect, the disrespectful heading, the fucking fuckery, and now a big responsibility falling on the son of a legend, whose name is being dragged all over the dirt. All over the fucking dirt. From now on, Oscar's called, to me, Coca De La Hoya. And Canelo is now Canelo Alves Breast. So Coca De La Hoya and Canelo's Alves Breast have a real problem here with us fight fans. With racist employees to putting Canelo as lineal champion at middleweight, as well as putting Ronda Rousey on the cover of the once Covenant Boxing Bible that is no more considered Ring Magazine. These two, the asinine duo, the racket fellas, the folding boys are becoming a problem for boxing. And anyone who's going to follow this are just basically going to be deceived all the way through until you find yourself hating this person, because the person you really should be hating is yourself. Because you had the opportunity to save your money and save your dignity, and you know what I mean, as a fight fan. But it is what it is. Thanks for joining my fight page. I'm J.COTTO. God bless. Stay vigilant.